Hey guys, welcome to the Tower of Babble, episode 13, the lucky number 13. I'm Julian. I'm joined by my co-host Dan, Jeremy.
Hey.
We're doing something new for us anyway, so it's probably not a good idea considering it being our 13th episode to try something new, but we're doing a three-way Skype call. So if there's any technical difficulties, it's not because we don't know how to use Skype, it's because it's the 13th episode. How are you guys doing? Is your day
pretty good?
Yeah,
good.
Jeremy,
I'm well.
Good. I'm not.
I got talk about it.
Yeah,
you seem like you want to talk about it.
Well, yeah.
I think he needs to talk about it.
I need to get it out of my system, guys. I got hit in the face with a puck yesterday. Lost a tooth. So if I can't say a lot of like P's and like
which tooth?
The number 42. If you guys know teeth, I lost the tooth number 42. So it's the bottom
right incisor.
Did you look that up? Did you just look that up just now?
No, I didn't.
At least it's not.
I just made that up right now.
I don't know what an incisor is, but it's the bottom right, second from the
incisors
inside.
are the ones like right before your the four main ones before your canine.
Who cares?
Well, anyways, I lost that one. But I was telling Dan this the other day earlier is that when you lose a tooth, you have to stuff it right back in if it comes out fully, and that's the best way to deal with it. But luckily, my my nerve was completely severed, so I didn't feel anything. I guess if you can consider that lucky.
So you shoved it back in and it stayed?
It's in there now. I went to the dentist this morning.
So what? It's just fixed? You didn't?
No, well, it's not fixed. I can't chew anything. I've been eating like.
But like
liquids.
if you touch it with your hands, it's like it wobbles, right?
It'll move, but it's not like it's not.
So it could come back out.
If I get hit in the face again, yeah. I have another hockey game tonight actually, but I bought a face mask or a cage, so I'm okay.
Yeah, but you still gotta bite down mouth guard and stuff, don't you?
I'm not gonna wear a mouth guard because I can't bite down on it.
That's the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
I got a whole cage.
Yeah, but you can still get cracked. You can still get a concussion.
It's like football. When you get hit, or boxing, you bite down when you get hit or whatever. Get jolted.
It'll still juggle your brain around.
I get it, but luckily, you didn't let me finish my story. So I went to the dentist this morning after like 4 hours in the stupid waiting room. So I was in the ER last night for 4 hours because I was like, I got these giant.
None of this needs to be part of the podcast.
No, it doesn't.
And who cares? Whoever has an incident always waits long hours. It's normal.
I know, but like. When I finally get to the doctor, I hear him talking to the nurse. He's like, I don't know why you kept this guy here. You could have sent him home like 3 hours ago. There's nothing we can do about it. It's a tooth. He has to go to the dentist. I was worried that
So why did you even go there?
Because I had giant cuts in my lip and I thought I might need to get them stitched.
Are they really giant? Are they?
Well, they were. They healed pretty quick. It's the lip. It heals pretty fast. In fact, my lip is kind of numb right now from talking so much. I haven't talked this much since
you talked quite a bit though.
Well, yeah, that's why we record a podcast, but that's okay. All right, well, now that we got that off my chest, do you want to jump right into the biggest news of the past century?
Hey, can I put this app in the background and it still works, or what's the deal?
I think so. Yeah, try double.
Should be able to. Yeah.
We're gonna do a test. This is a bad idea. It's the episode 13. Don't try things like this.
It's good.
It still works?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So, who wants do you want to coin a phrase for it? There's already a phrase coined for it. I don't want to say what it is though. I think it sounds dumb.
Affleck?
Yeah, I don't like it.
It's just a funny little thing.
So, Ben Affleck cast as Batman in the next Superman movie. So, Superman versus Batman, tentative title. Dan wasn't happy. That was.
I wasn't happy initially. I wasn't as mad as some people seem to be.
Daredevil, so.
Well, did you say you did well as Daredevil?
I love Daredevil and Ben Affleck for the bad movie.
Jeremy,
Boy, it's obviously not his fault.
No,
but he wasn't also like the best person to play that role. Like that was part of the problem. It wasn't just his fault, but I think it was part of the problem.
It could, well, it could have been a lot. I feel like it could have been a lot worse. I mean.
I think if they didn't officially announce this and someone said it to you, then it'd be way you to accept.
Yeah, you wouldn't.
Like
You wouldn't.
now that we know that people like head people have decided this, it gets more easy. I think.
Jeremy, can you try going back? Like, if you're double multitasking right now, try to go back to your like to full
You
screen.
open up the app again, you're sounding like a robot.
Yeah, because before you were sounding okay, and now you went away from it. Now it's sounding.
Okay, what about now?
It sounds good. You sound like crisp and clear.
Well, that's weird. Okay, what I was saying is that now that they've officially announced it, there's more of an easiness to accept it because it's official. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I at first when I first heard it, I was working and I saw it like on Twitter and I didn't believe it. I was like, "What is no." So I literally took a break, went and checked, and then I was like, "Oh wow, okay, it's real." I wasn't my first reaction was I didn't like it, but it started to grow on me.
Right. Yeah, I was like that for like 5 seconds. Yeah.
I think it's also that you have confidence in the people who are making those decisions, the people that are running the movies. So
yeah, that's why.
And also, Affleck's career of late has been pretty decent. The Town, Gone Baby Gone, Argo,
Geely.
Not that one.
No, I know, I'm kidding. Okay. So what sold me was when Jeremy sent me that picture of the Photoshop face.
Arkham Origins suit. He has the chin.
He has the right amount of bum chin, but not too much bum chin.
I don't know. I don't think he's not intimidating. He's not like gravelly and like scary and imposing.
It's not it's the voice if it's anything, it's just the voice. He has the look. I don't know if he has the right voice for it.
Have you seen Argo, Daniel?
No, I haven't seen Argo yet.
Okay. He's pretty like mellow and like he's never excited or happy in that.
There's that one scene that I remember hearing someone talk about was the scene where he's with the refugees or whatever, and he's like coaching them on like their fake identities.
Right.
And he's like question after question after question, and then he's like, bam. It's like, you didn't answer fast enough, boom, you're dead. Like, and that was kind of intimidating. That to me was another thing that sold me when someone brought that up. We can't hear you, Jeremy. We're losing you.
I think he can pull it off for sure.
I think if like I said about the voice, this gives him the chance to do that thing that makes sense. Like in Arrow, he changes his voice like a voice modulator. And it sounds dumb in Arrow, but if you could use some sort of voice changer thing a device instead of like a gravelly voice, you can make it sound as cool and badass as you want. You know. Sure. So that's what I'm holding out hope for.
Yeah. Tentatively optimistic.
I'm holding up my full judgment until we see either a picture or we see it. Like the trailer's obviously a long ways off because it's not shooting until like February, I think. But I would love to see like the screen test picture, even though those usually look bad. I would still love to see.
Yeah, but the reveal of the suit's gonna be pretty big.
That's true. There's the new Batsuit's always a big deal. I mean, I remember when they showed off. I actually remember when there's like a big ad for like George Clooney's Batman. I was really little, and they're talking about like his suit. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it was dumb. It looked dumb. We all can agree that one was not good. That one had the nipples, right?
Yeah. And then Bale's Batman Begins actually wasn't even that different. Like
he couldn't move his neck either and stuff.
Just black leather, I guess, basically.
Yeah.
And then Dark Knight did more armor.
They did the whole you want to move his head thing, but like
and armor pieces.
Yeah, and then they started using that in like all the video games started using that same Injustice used that same idea of like the pieces of armor interconnected. Yeah. I hope they go kind of more classic bat suit with this one.
Like in what way?
Incorporate more gray. You know, you don't have to go like full tights. That's not what I'm talking about, but dark grays.
I don't think gray I don't think that'll work.
You don't think it works on screen?
No.
That's just a comic book thing.
But he definitely has the look.
Well, yeah, it's like at first I was like I couldn't imagine it, but then you showed me that picture, and I've seen a couple others that were like renderings of it, and
there's a bunch now.
And he looks pretty sweet in the cowl. I mean, obviously you only see the bottom of his face.
Right.
And he's like, at first Jeremy sent it to me. I was like, is that who is that supposed to be Ben Affleck in there? And he's like, well, you don't know? And I'm like, well, it wouldn't be a very good disguise if I knew who it was.
Yeah. Good point. But like Henry Cavill, he looks like a classic, Superman
I feel like
type, and and
so does Ben Affleck.
same thing.
They have that
So it's
superhero
cool-
face.
So it's cool that they're casting people who actually look like the comic book versions, whereas like the Batman in the past, like even Bale, like they don't really look like the comic book versions.
No, Bale was like, cause you could say he was
dark.
pretty slim. He was he was fit, but he was slim. Whereas when you're used to seeing a Batman, that's usually a lot bulkier, at least back then, anyway.
Right. But like Val Kilmer or even George Clooney, I guess.
Well, yeah. I think it's really funny that I didn't know that he started playing a gay halfway through the movie. You know that he keeps a picture.
What?
George Clooney started playing Batman gay halfway through that film. Is Dan that you told me that?
I don't know what you're talking about.
That makes. Yeah, I should have hide something.
I swear it was you that told me that. Whatever.
Either way, that makes zero sense.
Well, he said it got so campy that he was like, you couldn't imagine any other way, so he was just gay. In his head, like he didn't say it like to anyone or anything, but he came out totally later. But anyway, it's not the point. The point is that style of suit I think is done, and that hard like plastic look.
No, and Ben Affleck's huge too. He's like 6'4", 6'3", I think.
So he'll be taller than he's
I
already
think
taller.
he's taller. He's definitely a bigger like chest and. Like,
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll bulk up too for the role.
Yeah, like. I've seen Julian remembers pretty vividly.
What?
But,
I didn't even hear. We didn't hear what you said. What did you say?
Topless scene that you liked. You told me.
In what film?
In Argo.
No, I don't think so. I don't remember that.
It does. It sounds like you.
I don't know. That doesn't ring a bell. I don't. You have anything else to say about Batfleck?
I'm
Nah.
not about it.
No.
Like I used to, like, remember when Ben Affleck like first started. He was like kind of like a young action hero. He was like Armageddon.
Oh, that's right. Was that early? I remember him being in like Boiler Room, and
Yeah, that was like kind of like smaller part. Yeah, but yeah. He had that Tom Clancy movie
Oh yeah.
with Morgan
Some of All
Freeman.
Fears.
Yeah.
wait, that was him.
Yeah.
So he was touted as like the next big action star, and then I think Daredevil kind of killed
Derailed
it
him.
off for him.
Was movies like Jersey
Yeah,
Girl and
That was when he was young. With like he was working with Kevin Smith a lot. I think.
yeah. So that's even earlier than Daredevil. And all
Yeah, well,
that
that's
stuff.
how he really started with like Mallrats and Jane Silent Bob, that kind of stuff, or Clerks and whatever. He was,
And then he had that. What was that? Like Paycheck movie, or was something else?
that- Was
Oh God, don't remind me.
Yeah,
That.
Is that called
that-
Paycheck? Is that movie about time travel?
Yeah, and had Uma Thurman in it, and I hated it.
You don't like Uma Thurman. We know
I
that.
hate her.
No.
Jeremy, stop going to other apps. We can't hear you.
That sounded
My-
hilarious.
My Wi-Fi sucks here.
We'll go move somewhere where there's better Wi-Fi.
I tried.
Well, anyway, I guess whatever. What were you saying? Say it again because you can hear you now.
I don't even remember what I was saying.
Something about Paycheck.
Oh yeah, it's like to me it was like he was doing too many cheeseball like action movies or whatever at that point. And then,
He was in his 80s action phase.
yeah, I guess so. And then a lot of people are remarking like he knows failure, like he's been to the bottom, and like now he has a resurgence in his career where he's directing and he has Academy Awards now and stuff. So
Well, you think about it, it's like he's already done the bad superhero movie, so he's not going to do it like that again. I mean,
and he knows it's been haunting him, Daredevil. So like, well, he's not going to sign on and thinking that he's going to mess shit up again, right?
Like it came so far out of left field because I remember it wasn't even that long ago that he said he was done with superhero movies. Remember, he was like, I don't want to do that. I had got
people say they burnt out or whatever. If it doesn't,
well, the money's too good. You just want to come back and be like, someone's offer you.
yeah, but the money's good. Like they obviously offered him lots, but he has a close partnership with Warner Bros. They
That's
probably
right.
want him to direct maybe a superhero movie eventually. And the recent news, he signed on to be Batman multiple times, so he is the Batman.
Is that official or is that just?
Yeah, he's on a few. I can't remember how many movies, but it's at least 3.
And there's rumors that Bryan Cranston was signed. So that it came. Who is it that? New
No, the
Zealand
rumor
Herald?
with that is that it won't be announced for a while until Breaking Bad's over, just to not
Oh, so not to step on his
won't
toes.
overlook.
Yeah.
But like, I mean, he was rumored before, and now like some of these sites are saying that he's signed on. They just won't officially announce it until after Breaking Bad is over.
Where was it that what it came out of, like comicbookmovie.com or like comic book movies? Or
I don't know.
like...
I saw it on somebody's Facebook, but then I googled it and I got it from the New Zealand Herald. But it was came out of Cosmic Book News or something like that.
Yeah, something like that. And then Latino Review like backed it up or something.
Okay, well, I trust Latino Review a lot.
Yeah, but either like I remember last week I don't know, but after watching like the Breaking Bad episode 3, it's like
we missed. So, wait, so you watched the last Breaking Bad episode and you thought that's what sold you?
Yeah, pretty much. I just realized like, he should do it. Like I just realized that he's perfect for it.
Yeah, I think you'd be. I mean, I really okay. Did you guys dislike or like Kevin Spacey as Lex Luthor?
I didn't really care for it.
Yeah,
I liked it. I like Kevin Spacey, so I'm a little biased, but I liked it. That movie wasn't that good. We know that. We've talked about that. But I like Kevin Spacey. I don't think you'd fit in this style, this world. He's too like over the top and like cheesy. But like he would have fit. I feel like if like the Tim Burton movies had kept going and it like maintained a certain level of quality that they didn't just drop off and they kept growing in that world, he would have fit as a good Lex Luthor in that world.
Maybe, yeah.
And Affleck co-starred with Cranston in Argo too.
Yeah,
so.
That's right.
The only other thing about that rumor that attached to the bottom of the rumor, it said like Matt Damon as Aquaman too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Like, I don't know if that's exactly.
That's a joke. It's gotta be.
That one's it's gotta be.
It's not April 1st yet, so I don't know. Yeah, Matt Damon would make. Matt Damon would make a pretty good Aquaman.
I'm sure he could, but like that's just too much. I don't know.
It's too much dogma. It's too much too much classic Affleck and.
You know, actually think about it though. Like those guys are best friends. That's like everyone's dream. You and your best friend get to play two superheroes.
Yeah, but like
in a movie.
his friend would be like, "Well, you get to play Batman. I have to play Aquaman. I don't want to do it."
Nah, they'll do Aquaman right if they do it.
There was a lot of jokes, people saying that as Matt Damon confirmed Matt Damon as Robin. What? Sorry, Jeremy?
Aquaman's probably the hardest to do.
Yeah, he's hard to.
Well, no, I think he's the same.
It's hard to make him interesting to
yeah.
most people.
I feel like he's just as interesting as Thor.
And the rumors are not going to focus on Aquaman, so he's probably coming later.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to be in Justice League, so that even if that does happen, that won't be. We won't know about stuff for a while.
Feature War.
Trinity War.
Or just the movie.
We can't hear you, Jeremy. We're losing you.
The new animated movie.
Oh, okay. Yes. What about it?
Flashpoint.
No. The new one coming out, War.
Yeah.
Oh,
Justice League War.
Yeah, they cut out Aquaman from the.
What?
Yeah.
That's
weird.
weird.
Shazam.
That's weird. Well, I mean, was Shazam ever a big part of that?
No, he was always the backstory in the.
Yeah.
Well,
it was him like finding the wizard and stuff.
that could be its own comic. I think they're putting that together as its own book anyway. That whole that whole back that lasted for like a year. That whole back the back issue. Backup. That's the word I was looking for.
But apparently he's getting his own animated feature after Aquaman is.
Well, they've already announced the next 3, right? It's War, some other Batman one, and then another Batman one. A one that's supposed to be in the Arkham universe.
I hope they do Throne of Atlantis for Aquaman.
That would be a good one. I didn't read any Aquaman. I haven't read any Aquaman. I know I should. I haven't read any Aquaman this New 52, but I read that stuff and that was interesting.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Probably more interesting than Trinity War's been, because Trinity War's been a letdown for me so far. So do we want to get through the rest of this movie news? There isn't much.
Well, speaking of Matt Damon.
Oh yeah. So Dan, you want to address
whatever?
This one?
It's just a thing that says.
None of you have said Matt Damon in the stupid voice.
Matt Damon. It has to be said once.
Yeah, Matt Damon is. It's not confirmed, but he might be back to play Bourne with Jeremy Renner, like team up kind of deal. That'd be sick. That'd be awesome.
The rumor is that he's in talks, but his stipulation is that he has to have Paul Greengrass back to direct. And
that's not a problem at all.
No, because they made some good Bourne movies.
Yeah, they're great.
They've come out and said they're making more Aaron Cross, Jeremy Renner ones. If they get Matt Damon back, that's just a bonus for me because those movies are some of my favorites for sure.
Okay.
The second one being Supremacy. Is that the second one?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the best one. That's the first one Greengrass took over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. You remember? Do you remember? Was it Green Zone, which is another Matt Damon and Paul Greengrass movie? Wasn't very good.
I fell asleep in it.
I liked it.
I liked it too, and I fell asleep.
It was such a.
But it was in like the height of the whole like Afghan like war movies, like Jarhead and stuff.
Yeah, and it just felt so like just so like blah, like just this is the stereotypical.
Like, stereotypical like infiltrate and whatever.
It had some interesting stuff, but it just wasn't. Had a lot of the shaky cam stuff that Greengrass was doing.
I just liked how it was like based on a real event, though, wasn't it? Like it took place during the.
I think it did. It
was
war
in the 90s.
The one in Iraq.
Yeah.
That one lasted like a month or two or whatever.
Daniel, you're a history buff.
Okay, I think you guys are talking about the Gulf War, and I'm pretty sure that's not what it was about.
No, was it?
Well,
no, I'm pretty sure it was more.
Okay.
It was more contemporary than that. I think.
Wait, what was Black Hawk Down? What was that one about?
That might have been the Gulf War.
That was in what was that? Syria or Somalia?
I don't think so. That was somewhere.
It was in an African country.
Was it?
I don't know anything, so
let's not try to get into American war history.
Yeah, this is that's our other podcast.
American war history, Babble. So, Ong Bak, Dan, you're a big fan of him.
I am.
Is Tony Jaa.
People getting kneed in the face.
What?
Did you watch the sequels?
I haven't.
I've seen 2 of them.
So Ong Bak's not a person. It's Tony Jaa, right? That's the guy's name.
Well be Ong Bak.
Yeah. Anyway, so he's joining the cast of Fast and Furious 7.
Well, he needs to, I guess.
Well, I mean, I guess, but
Fast and Furious is just turning into the new Expendables, even though there are still new Expendables.
You can't be the new Expendables if Fast and Furious was around before.
Yeah. Well, Jason Statham's in Fast and Furious 7 too.
Yeah, he's the brother of the bad guy from the last movie.
And Ronda Rousey is a UFC fighter, so
yeah,
basically, what's her name? The blonde from Mortal Kombat.
Oh,
Sonya
Blade. It's not that much like Mortal Kombat. There's no supernatural elements yet, but I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't put it past the Fast and Furious thing to go into like some sort of like crazy like stuff like that at some point. It's like they're already at 7.
Never gonna be like magical or whatever.
Be cool though. That they like race on Mars or something. No.
Yeah, no, that would be the end of.
There's you say that, but there's already another like he loves sci-fi. He's doing a movie's coming out right away this fall. You know what I'm talking about?
Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel, yeah, Riddick.
Yeah.
So did we talk about
That looks good, eh?
Riddick?
Yeah, I'm excited.
It looks like Aliens meets Chronicles of Riddick. That's what it looks like to me, and that's okay.
Essentially what Pitch Black was.
Sorry? There's aliens in Pitch Black, so how is it across?
No, I know, but these aliens look like the aliens from the Aliens movie.
I disagree.
They got the tail. They have the whole tail thing.
They have tails.
Well, they don't have... Okay, they're not exactly the same, but it's like very similar. I don't remember exactly what the aliens look like in Pitch Black. I don't think these are the same ones, are they?
No, it's a different planet.
It'd be cool if they were the same, though. What else we got? Oh, okay. So, rumor is that Bradley Cooper was offered the role for Rocket Raccoon in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I saw it on IMDb. Like, you have him up there as him.
Really?
Yeah.
Bradley Cooper, eh?
But I didn't see any news stories about it, though, so I thought it was just a rumor.
I saw one. Oh, I saw a couple on... There's an IGN and Slash Film picked it up. But yeah, like, I don't... That's odd.
Well, he's got like a cool, kind of raspy voice,
His
I guess.
His voice isn't super distinct to me.
And he can do the humor, too.
Like the A-Team. Like, imagine, He was
the pilot in the A-Team, right? Yeah, I don't know. I just his voice doesn't stand out for me, but that's okay because that's a good thing. If you're doing voice acting, I don't want to see him.
You don't want it to be too cartoonish too, right? And too over the top.
Yeah.
I mean, it is a talking raccoon though, so.
Yeah, so you gotta balance it out.
So you have to play it super straight because you're looking at a talking raccoon, so you don't want him saying stupid stuff because it'll take you right out of it.
Super cartoony voice.
No, I don't want it to cartoony voice either. But that movie's just so like off like the beaten track for me. Like I don't even know what to think about it. Like, I want to say,
I think it'll be cool.
I think I need to see a trailer before I'm on board. Like I'm still very skeptical of like how it's gonna work. This is the one that's
you're
so
already
different.
You're on board.
I'll go see it. I'll go see it. I don't know if
I'm gonna go see it first show possible.
Yeah, probably.
The comic book run of it, like the new one, is pretty cool.
I've read the first couple issues. Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I like them.
Iron Man's in it for some reason, which is odd. But I guess you have
to read them through.
They needed to get a big name in there to get people reading it, probably. So
yeah.
It's being written by one of the guys who's doing X-Men. So I think it's Bendis or. Anyways, it's good. I'm really enjoying. At least the kind of issues I read, I've been falling behind because there's so much DC stuff I've been reading. All right, TV news. There's not much. Jeremy, do you watch the last Breaking Bad? You guys can talk about that. I'm still
shit.
I haven't started watching it.
Yeah, that was a good one.
This was a fucking good episode.
I was like on the edge of my seat, man. Like,
I don't even know what to say. But like, this is why Bryan Cranston is like, he deserves it's not like he deserves that Emmy every year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's just ridiculous.
He didn't get last year because he wasn't like in the contention, like in terms of time, like the timing. It was
okay.
Whatever. But he's definitely gonna get it again.
Yeah, and actually Jesse too, Aaron Paul.
Yeah, he's really good this time around.
Yeah,
like when he won for the other season, I actually didn't think he deserved it, but he's way better. Yeah, he goes.
I don't want to talk too much about it because you are eventually going to watch it.
I will. Dan, you don't realize by the time I get around to watching this episode at the end of the season, I'm not going to remember any about this conversation. I'm not going to go back and listen to episode 13 of our old podcast.
Yeah, but you know who Hank is.
I know the cop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's his brother-in-law. So if we talk about what's going on with those two, that would ruin a lot of stuff.
I've heard things that might have spoiled me already about this episode. Let me just ask something. And if I'm right, go ahead. If not,
go ahead and say you're right.
No. If I'm right, tell me if I am, and then
don't
talk about it. Well,
I will still ruin it.
Yeah, but I've already heard the I already heard the spoiler.
Okay, just say it then.
So he found out who, he figured it out finally. Is what happened here.
That happened a while ago.
No. Okay, then I don't know what's going on. Never mind.
Read into that. That would ruin like so many seasons for you.
Okay, well then that's okay. Don't talk about it for me. I'll mute. Do you want me to put it on mute? I can mute you guys for a second.
No, it's fine.
We don't need to go through the details of the episode. It was a great episode, and my thing with Breaking Bad. I've never I see it on my video on my PVR rather, and I'm like, I'm never like excited to watch it, but every time I do, I'm like, I'm really happy I watched it. You know?
Yeah.
Does that make sense? That's kind of.
And it's moving pretty quickly. Like episode 3 actually did a lot of game-changing stuff.
Oh yeah.
Well,
that's the thing. It's only 8 episodes, right? That's just the second half of the last season. Yeah,
that's insane. I mean, people keep talking about it like it's like the best show, like in the last long time.
Like when I was watching it, like I actually forgot I was watching a show. Like I thought it was like something real was happening. That's how intense it was for me. The episode 3, Confessions. It's called.
I thought you were making a confession.
No.
The confession is I watched Breaking Bad naked. I have to watch every single episode naked or I don't feel engaged. Okay, what else would we have for TV news? Not much. Dan, you've started watching Orange is the New Black?
Yeah.
And you like it?
I'm very pleasantly surprised with it. I didn't think I was going to like it. It's a chick show. Like it's a show about girls in prison, but I'm actually enjoying it. It's weird.
I heard it's pretty
Pretty what?
Pretty sexual and stuff.
Yeah, there's some decent female nudity, so that's always good.
Is it as good as Spartacus female nudity?
No, not. But I don't know. It's weird. It's like it transcends. It's not really a comedy. It's not really a drama. It's a little bit of everything. Jason Biggs in it, and he's pretty funny.
A dramedy?
No, it's not. I wouldn't even call it that though. It's like a mix of a bunch of different things, but it's nothing. I guess comedy more than anything else.
People's what I've heard so far is that it's like the sleeper hit of all those made for Netflix television shows. Like we all knew about Arrested Development, we all knew about House of Cards.
I haven't started House of Cards yet. I'm planning.
Well, it's not really a sleeper hit. Everyone's talking about it.
Well, no, but it wasn't the one that was promoted. Like it wasn't what everyone was excited to watch. But when it came out and people started watching it, everyone was really impressed. You know, That's why that's why it was a sleeper hit, because it wasn't the one that was being touted as the big dog in the pound, you know. And people are saying it's probably better than some of those other shows.
It's already a different type of show than anything else, right? So
yeah.
Well, they had
already it's going to attract like new audiences. And
do you guys like the method that they use for Netflix for releasing the whole season at once, or would you rather see a more traditional method?
Well, yeah, absolutely.
No, I like it a lot because I like the binge thing. Like if you have time, if you have a day off or whatever, you can go through a few episodes.
But for me, I'm kind of on the fence about it, because what I really like about Game of Thrones, for instance, is that there's the discussion in the community and the stuff that's going on Twitter at the same time. There's none of that. There is to some similar degree, but not to the same degree as everyone's watching it at the same time. With Netflix, anyone could watch everything at once, or one episode a week, or whatever. And so now it's like, how do you talk about it? Because you don't know how far people are. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but they're also different kind of shows too. Like Game of Thrones is like an epic, like almost.
Yeah, I feel like the stakes are a lot higher in Game of Thrones. If I ruined something for you in Orange Is the New Black, you probably wouldn't care that much.
No, I know, but I mean but they're setting a precedent. This is the way they're going to do it. You don't know if they're going to come up with a show that's very serialized. It's very that has that type of spoilery nature to it that you wouldn't want to spoil it. I guess you would talk about it as a full season instead of about episode to episode.
Yeah,
right. That's the difference.
But the problem is now you don't know when everyone's watching it, because you know when a season's over of a regular television show. You don't know when everyone's finished watching.
But because it's available on Netflix, people are more likely going to watch more than one episode at a time.
Yeah, that's true. Right. That's true. But it's like, so what do you do? Do you, like, if you're going to talk about it, are you talking about only 2 episodes at a time? 3 episodes?
I agree with you. It definitely makes it hard, because sometimes when you watch shows like this, the episodes almost blend together. You won't remember specifics about like what event happened, which episode, and stuff like that. So it'd make it a bit harder to talk about.
Well, I guess it's more of a problem for us so much than it is for regular people who. I mean, people talk about shows together again in like a social forum, but like not in the same way.
Even the other night, we were all talking, and Jeremy's girlfriend said that she was watching this show, and she said she was on a certain episode and it wasn't there yet. So then we just didn't talk about anything past that episode. It ended up working fine. She didn't spoil anything.
And this is a Netflix show, or was it?
Yeah, it was Orange Is the New Black.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, Orange Is the New Black. Yeah.
Okay, well, I mean, yeah, my girlfriend just finished watching the first season of Orange Is the New Black, so I think that's telling you a lot of who's watching it. That's
definitely. See, that's the thing. It is a chick show. I'm watching it with my girlfriend. It's good. It's good for that. But I enjoyed it. I watched the pilot on my own, and it was it was actually funny. Normally, I don't find girls funny that much. That's just normally the way it is. Chick humor is different, and you can't relate to it at the same level, so it's not always as funny.
It's like, yeah, we get it. You get a period.
Yeah, exactly. And, I mean, for the record, there are period jokes in this, but like, I don't know. It's a clever show. I think it's done pretty well.
All right, Jeremy, are you watching anything recently that's not on anyone's radar right now?
TV wise, no. I just bought a Paul Walker movie though.
A Paul Walker movie?
Called Vehicle 19. It was probably the worst movie I've ever seen in my life.
Vehicle 19.
Like the cover here. Let me get the cover for a second.
Paul Walker. Why? I just don't understand. I don't understand why anyone would want to watch that movie.
This is what the cover says. He picked the wrong car. They picked the wrong guy.
That's their tagline?
Yeah.
What does that even mean?
And it says like he picked, it's like a rental car, and he gets in there and it's like a gun and like a phone or whatever. So I thought it'd be just like a cool little, small budget action movie. And the car that he gets is a minivan.
Why wouldn't they make it a cool car? I don't understand.
I don't know. False advertising.
The budget for it.
Was there a cool car on the cover?
Yes.
Okay, I guess maybe they're trying to be funny or trying to throw you off or something. I don't know.
Yeah, so that was a mistake.
Well, what am I watching? Okay, well, it's not so much what I'm watching. I played last night when I was at the hospital. I played some Sword and Sorcery. It's an iPad. I think it's on XBLA and PlayStation Network. I'm not sure for sure. But it's got like a super stylized look. It's like all pixels, like very, like everything's blocky and square. But the music is so good, and the story is like actually like pretty interesting. It's at least from what I've done so far. That, I mean, and people know about this game. It's not like it's a surprise, but for me, I've never really played a lot of games on my iPad. It's usually, if it do, it's like Solitaire or Checkers or something. Something
is it on 10?
I think it might be. But the way it controls on the iPad is really cool. So you can drag your finger around to make them walk, but like it's also a really smart game. So you tap something, and it's like you're talking to yourself in your like subconscious or whatever. That's what the words you're reading. There's no like voice acting, but it's like smart and funny and clever. I think Dan, you would like it. There's a lot of one of the cool things about it was when the game came out was it was new that you could tweet out from your iPad any lines of dialogue that you were looking at. So you would get like people tweeting out all these funny things, and then people go, well, "Where did this from? What's that from?" And then people like it was like a cool viral marketing thing, which I am not going to tweet anything from it, but like people thought like that's an interesting way of doing it. And it's like there's funny dialogue because you're talking to yourself. So you come up to this guy and he's like a lumberjack, and he's like you come up to this man who appears to be a lumberjack chopping wood. You don't know, but he looks like a cool guy. The rest of the people don't think he's a cool guy though. And then you keep going on, and he's like, your thoughts were correct. He is a pretty cool guy. And like as you go on further, I don't know. It's hard for I don't remember exactly the dialogue. I was very tired. This is at 3:30 in the morning. But what was that?
You probably have to play it or be there.
You have to be there or read a tweet from it. So yeah, go play Sword and Sorcery. It was just on sale on iTunes Store. It was actually free on the iTunes for their 50th anniversary or something. I don't know. Not 50th doesn't make sense, but like their 5th anniversary. I don't know. Anyway,
moving on.
Go back and get it. It's only like $1.99 or something like that.
All
right. So game wise, so we can use that as a segue. Gamescom 2013. That was this past week. So there was a lot of stuff out of it, but I think really the only big stuff was from Sony's camp. We found out what the release date was going to be for the PS4. It's November 15th in the USA, and that's what we're concerned about. I think it's November 29th in Europe. What's interesting is though they didn't release a Japanese release date. I guess they kind of figure that they'll be there whenever they get there. So because they're not like they have to worry about competition from Xbox. But they did
Xbox.
They haven't said. A lot of the rumors are saying that they want to release alongside Call of Duty, which comes out a week earlier.
Like November 5th or something.
Yeah, something like that.
It's the Tuesday before November 15th. I think is when people are expecting it. People.
Is it going to have to be if the next gen games they're coming out that day?
No, because there won't be any other like the regular. Because for instance, Call of Duty is coming out on both
the
360 and the Xbox One.
You can go to the store and buy a next gen game, but you can't play it for 10 days.
No. They would come out with the launch of the system then, because like BF Battlefield, for instance, coming out October 29th or something like that in on like regular systems and PC.
Right.
But if it's not going to be out until the 15th, maybe or later on the PS4.
Well, I'm just saying when Call of Duty announced it, they said like worldwide November 5th, right? So that's what people expected.
Yeah. So I mean, it wouldn't surprise me if you had, because they've had such a close tie with each other, like the Xbox. Like some people think that Call of Duty is only on the Xbox because they do such a good job marketing it that way. You know what I mean? So let's see. The 15th is a Friday in the middle of the month, obviously, and the Tuesday before that is the 5th, or the 12th would be that same week. The week before would be the 5th. So that's what people are saying. But there was rumors that they were having production problems and that it actually could be later than the 15th. That would be interesting if PS4 could get out not only before the Xbox One, but at a lower cost. Like that's pretty big. Do you guys think that being out first even matters?
I don't know. Not with this kind of thing.
Well, if the Xbox comes out first, then there's no PS4.
I don't know the way like there's so much hype about it, and I guess it's hard for us to look at it without a bias because we like pay attention to all this stuff. But it just seems like personally my decision is made already. Doesn't matter which one comes out first, and I feel like anybody who's getting an Xbox knows they're getting an Xbox. It doesn't matter. I don't think there's anybody who's gonna only buy a system only because it's out first.
I disagree. I think there's a lot of people. Go ahead, Jeremy.
The parent market, like buying gifts for their kids.
That's true. Guess. I mean, if you go in,
but most of those are.
If they're out, especially for Black Friday. What's Black Friday in the States? Late November, right? It's whatever. Anyway, so let's say for some reason the Xbox doesn't come out until after Black Friday. That's huge. There's people going out and buying things. They say they see these new games that whatever their friends are playing on their PS4. They want to go and buy it. They might have wanted to get an Xbox, but like, hey, they already have a friend who's going playing a PS4. I can go buy it right now. There's those people like when I wanted to get a PS3 who wanted to get it like right then, and they couldn't. They can't get an Xbox. They might buy one instead. You know, I think there's a couple of people like that, especially for people who are jaded by what happened with the E3 stuff, and who might have actually flipped sides. So you already know that. How many how many was it they did for pre-orders for the PS4 they announced?
I have no idea.
Anyway, it's a huge number. It's already more than the Vita's sold. It's like just in pre-orders alone. I think it's going to be one of the biggest launches for consoles, but I wouldn't be surprised if being out first, even if by a week, makes a little bit of it. Not probably after a year, even two, it won't have mattered anymore, and we won't even be thinking about if only they'd come out a week earlier. I mean, we could talk about Xbox 360 saying that we know that they came out a whole year earlier than everyone else, right? And that did make a huge difference. And they still have more sales because of it, at least in the United States, because of that 1 year advance. But there's no way that's happening this time, so the difference is going to be small, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, really talking about this, I mean, this is not really even going to matter in a couple of days because we're going to find out at some point soon. They're going to have some sort of announcement and they're going to reveal when the Xbox is coming out. And I wouldn't be surprised if they took, even if they were having production issues, try to get out first, and then even if it has like that whole Wii thing where you can't get one, that's only better for their their viral marketing and stuff like that. Say that again, Jeremy.
I saw a PS4 commercial. Did you guys see that one?
No. Is it on what? Sports channel?
I don't even know. It said the greatness awaits tagline.
And was it like a live action? Like did it show games for the PS4?
Live action.
Was like you saw this actually on television, not just online, right?
Yeah, on TV.
Well, they've already started. That's good. Well, as people who play like PlayStation now, I'm excited to see PlayStation kind of come back to where it was a little bit, in PS2 era. Maybe not quite that big because they were pretty dominant then. But seeing the whole Xbox like Call of Duty thing kind of gets sick. Like sometimes I kind of get sick of that sometimes. So I'd be excited to see them kind of be more neck and neck for once. But we were talking about Battlefield a second ago. So there is some impressions from Battlefield 4. Sorry?
Right.
So impressions from Battlefield 4 on the PS4 that came out from Gamescom. Most of the stuff that we've seen from Battlefield has been on like PCs, running on high-end PCs, like $3,000 computers. So EA came out saying we are guaranteeing 64 players online on the new consoles at 60 frames per second, which they haven't done. Battlefield has been at 30 frames per second most of the time. That's why Battlefield and Call of Duty feel so different, because Call of Duty's been at 60 frames for a long time. Because of that, they're saying that the visuals on the PS4 are like considerably worse than they are on the PC, not considerably, but noticeably worse.
On both systems.
Yeah, on both on the.
They tested it on the PS4, but
yeah, but you'd assume they would be similar on because they're so close. To me, I don't think it's really that big of an issue, mostly because there's still months before it's out. We don't know if Battlefield's launching on November 15th with the PS4. We don't know that for sure. I would be surprised if it was. I want it to, don't get me wrong, but I would be surprised if it was another couple weeks later.
We would probably know by now.
Yeah, I mean, and so they're talking about guaranteeing the 60 frames. You need to drop other things if you want to maintain that. 64 players online. If it looks as good as Battlefield 3 does, but it has 64 players online and 60 frames per second, that's fine with me. I'm actually okay with that.
Oh, yeah.
And because Battlefield 3 is a beautiful game. What we've seen so far, Battlefield 4 is insane. Like, it looks incredibly good. But if it's like Battlefield 3 without other stuff, I'm sold already as it is. And those little touch-ups, that lighting, then textures, and particle effects, all those things come in at the end anyway. So I wouldn't be surprised if by the end of, like, there's a giant patch that goes along with the release of the game, and like kind of like what happened with Battlefield 3. Do you guys remember what the beta for Battlefield 3 was like? You guys remember playing that? Yeah, it was pretty bad. You would fall through the floor, through the ground. Like some things didn't look right, and then when the game actually came out, all those things were fixed within the first couple days. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's the same thing this time around. So you know how everyone always to talk about everything on PlayStation Store is an actual money, and then the equivalent is Xbox points or whatever in the Xbox Store. So Xbox is finally getting rid of Xbox points, and they're going to actual money starting today. So I think that's actually that's not necessarily a big deal, like news-wise, but I think it's about time, because it was like a game would be like $2.99 or like 5,000 Xbox points. Like it wasn't even like equate to like how Nintendo's points work. To each point was worth 1 cent. So you kind of figured out how much it was. If like a game was $2.99, it would be 299 Xbox or Nintendo points or whatever coins.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's about time, I guess.
Yeah.
It only makes sense.
I don't know why they were waiting so long. I don't know why that was
ever a thing.
It's also news that the PS4 has 33 games coming in 2013 and 180 in development. So, that including what's that game that's set in like some alternate universe? That's the one that they just showed the trailer for at E3.
The Order or whatever.
Yeah, The Order 1866, right?
Okay.
They've announced that's coming out in 2013, so that's the next year.
And that's exclusive.
Yeah, that's exclusive as well. So that conference at Gamescom full of indie titles. It was just all indie titles, which is fine with me. I'm not against indie games. A lot of people were like, yeah, you feel like, I guess you can buy a PlayStation 4 if you like indie games, but like those are some of the best games. So I don't know what people are complaining about. They just want to complain because the Xbox had nothing to talk about. No, nothing to say about that. 33 games, 880
whatever.
development.
That's good.
That's good
for them.
Well, you're getting one on day one, I'm assuming, Dan, the PS4.
I'm not sure about that.
Have you pre-ordered one?
Yeah.
I haven't pre-ordered. No.
Jeremy, have you?
No.
I have. So I'm the only one of you guys who's pre-ordered one. I'm excited. I mean, I don't know what I'm going to play day one. I guess Drive Club. But I mean, either way, I'm excited to get it home. And
Watch Dogs.
Watch Dogs. You know what? Yeah, I should pick that up, because I know that we do know that's a launch game. So I should pick that up with my. That's actually pretty common. I think probably the most common pre-orders, the Xbox with the Watch Dogs pre-order with it. That's what everyone's been saying online anyway. Yeah, I don't know. I'm excited to get these consoles home. I'm excited. Like, we saw for the first time how the operating system works on the PS4. We know that the XMB is still there, which is pretty cool.
It just looks different though, right?
Yeah, it just looks different. It's kind of flipped. Like, the power's on the. Maybe it was just because it was Europe or something, but like the power, is usually on the left on the PS3. Like, you would go all the way to the left, and you could you turn it off or change your user account. It's on the far right side on this one, so
and you can see everything in the background or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
So everything's kind of like translucent, which is kind of like it is now. But I think this makes a little more sense. Things get bigger, and you can still see the other things.
And then multiple things run at the same time. It's not like it pauses something.
Yeah. And so you can do stuff. They showed off like being able to do like party chat, to being able to do like the ability to watch someone's game. So you can broadcast whatever, like live feeds from your games. Be able to watch that and then join into someone's game. So they watched someone playing Killzone, and then he was like watching some guy's feed, and then he went join, and then he like spawned right next to that guy who was just watching. So that's kind of cool. They showed off just regular like sending messages. You can send tweets. I guess if that's cool. I mean, I don't know how many tweets I'm going to send from my PS4.
You're a tweeter.
Not really. I don't know. Anyway, they showed off how like the touchpad on the top of the PS4. Well, not really showed off, but they were going through like a demo. The touchpad is used for like typing, so you can move your finger around to like get to the letters you want, and it looks like it's pretty smooth and pretty quick. It's still got that predictive text thing like the PS3 does, when it guesses your next word. So that's I don't know. It's at that time where we could finally get these little details, and I get excited about these little details. I like to know how the operating system works. Like, that's what I get. Like, when I first open it up, and I saw the PS3 do that like sparkly bling thing. I was like, man, that's cool, because we've never seen particle effects like that before. So, and that's pretty lame. I know.
That's a weird thing to get excited about.
Well, excited is a strong word, I guess, but like interested, intrigued.
The system.
Sorry.
The new colors for the system.
I saw blue and a red controller. Is there another?
Those look pretty cool.
It's the same blue and the same type of red they have for the controllers that we have now, like the DualShock 3s.
Yeah, it just looked cooler than just all black, I think.
No, I don't think so. And especially because the grip... No, I don't think so. Because the grips are black underneath. It still has black grips underneath.
I think it looks cool.
I mean, I have a blue controller. I used to have a red controller. The black is timeless, though, as far as Sony and the PlayStation, right? So, I guess it's timeless since the PS2, because the PS1 was gray. So, yeah. But the controller itself is, like, when you think of video games, that controller is, like... That and the Super Nintendo controller, the original Nintendo, or like that's what comes to mind, So there's really nothing left to talk about. We do I do have something else to talk about. Okay, so Fan Expo in Toronto was this week, and one of the writers at DC who's from Toronto announced that there's going to be a Justice League of Canada book for a short period of time. So I think it's Jeff Lemire is the writer, and
he's good.
So yeah, he's going to be taking over Justice League of America, and the America's crossed out, and a big Canada has been put in front of it. So they're going to premiere new characters. This is kind of like Alpha Flight, but for DC, which they haven't really done. It's kind of like so they said they're going to announce a new character that's going to be like a main part of like the new 52 that's going to be Canadian, and what else? And that it's going to it's going to include not just like, it's not going to be like Alpha Flight and just include like lame
like stereotypes.
Yeah, like the Sasquatch or like Puck. It's going to have like actual.
I never realized that till now.
Yeah, well, you just figured this out now. There's a guy named Puck.
Wow.
So yeah, they're gonna have actual like A-list members of the Justice League gonna be involved. I know that Green Lantern's in some way. Probably Simon Baz, if I had to guess which one. Sorry?
They're gonna have a quadruple war storyline.
Well, no, because the Justice League of America is leaving to go to Canada. I guess. They also announced that Lobo has been redesigned for the New 52, and it's not.
And he looks like Zac Efron.
What?
The new Lobo. Just look up New 52 Lobo, and come back and let us know what you think. Because
I saw that image. I think that's just like a teaser.
No, that's the New 52 Lobo.
Yeah, but that's a concept image. It's not the actual the one drawing him yet.
No, that's the image that DC released for the redesign.
Yeah, it's still a concept image though. It's not. It's like his face.
It's not maybe not be exactly that way. I mean, nothing is exactly like but he's gonna be thin like that and have like the Blades of Chaos apparently.
Well, he looked dumb before anyways, so whatever.
I never really liked Lobo as a character. I always thought Lobo was kind of dumb, but I mean,
he's a cool character. He just looks dumb, I think.
Well, he's like an international bounty hunter. He's like Samus, but weird.
Intergalactic.
What did I say?
International.
Oh, okay. Yeah, excuse me. Intergalactic bounty hunter. Whatever. Anyway, so is there any other news? Anything else you guys want to talk about?
Nah.
No?
I'm good.
Yeah.
It was a slow week. I don't know.
Well, it wasn't really because we had Gamescom was this week. There was actually a lot of news. Just not a lot of stuff up in our wheelhouse. As far as our interests, I mean, there's a lot of news that came out, like the track list for Grand Theft Auto 5 was leaked. It actually looks really good. And they're usually pretty good for their music. Grand Theft Auto games. They it would not just like the track list, but like which radio station they were on, like what the name of the radio station was, because you know that's how it works in GTA, obviously, right? Yeah. But like the best one is like the classic rap like radio station. It's like all Tupac and like because it's West Coast, right? So it's like Tupac and like all that classic West Coast rap stuff. It's gonna be like really good.
All right.
Anything? Yeah, I don't think there's anything else we really need to talk about. I mean, I guess Borderlands 2 is revealed to be coming to Vita. None of us have a Vita. I kind of want one. I've been kind of wanting to pick one up, but it's probably not going to be anytime soon.
Wait for the bundle.
What, for the PS4 Vita bundle?
Yeah.
It's been rumored. I don't think it's true. I don't think they're gonna do that. It's too much. There's no way that's another $100. That's another $100 off of Vita if you put it for $500.
Yeah, they're gonna drop the price eventually.
So, did you hear about the alternate ending for Iron Man 3?
No, I didn't.
I watch it. What actually happens to the Mandarin?
So the Mandarin ejects himself with Extremis, and he explodes from the inside. So I don't know.
The Mandarin in the movie that we get, that's the fake Mandarin.
The fake Mandarin. No, so yeah, it's the fake Mandarin infects himself.
Why would he do that though?
Because he wanted to be badass like all the other people were.
But he's just an actor.
Yeah, but he was also on coke.
Actually, that probably would have been way funnier.
I guess, but at that part, the movie is the tone was a little bit more serious.
Yeah.
At that part. I mean, Pepper Potts was apparently dead for 30 seconds. So, did anyone believe that she was actually dead? By the way, I think we talked about this.
Did.
No one did, right? Okay.
I'm sure lots of people did.
Really? It seems so obvious to me at the time.
Lots of dumb people.
Way to make friends there, Jeremy. There's a rumor going around that the reason they changed it was so that they could keep the Mandarin character, the Jeffrey character, alive. So that it's actually a double fake that he was actually the Mandarin. He was just
Oh no, they better not do that.
That's not gonna happen.
But I would prefer that. I think. I never liked what they did with that. We talked about that when it came out, but I didn't like that little.
Daniel loved it.
Did you?
I didn't love it. What are you talking about?
That was your favorite part of the movie, wasn't it?
No, that was nobody's favorite part of any movie.
No, I'm sure some people really liked that part. I don't think any of us did, except for you. What else? Okay, well, there's some new Thor images that came out, but that's not that exciting. Thor and Loki, because it's essentially just call it Thor and Loki. I don't know why people like Loki more than Thor anyway. And yeah, no, that's about it. I think. Unless you guys want to make any final comments.
See you next week.
All right, sounds good.
Yeah.
Make sure to follow us on Twitter at Tower Babblecast. We're on Facebook, Tower Babblecast. Watch our videos on YouTube. Tower.
Who does our Twitter stuff and things like that?
It's me. You know that's me. Why have you been seeing?
Is it automatic? Like you do in one spot and it goes everywhere?
So yeah, when I send out the podcast on our website, it puts it out on iTunes, Stitcher,
a
couple other places. It sends it out as a tweet on Twitter and is on Facebook as a link back to the main site where you can listen to it or subscribe to it on iTunes. So it pretty much goes everywhere. Same thing when I put up a video on YouTube for any of the episodes that we've been doing. It sends out a tweet right away. So you guys don't know where to find anything, our Twitter account's the place to find it. Our website is www.towerbabblepodcast.com. Make sure to listen. If you enjoyed this episode or any of others, make sure to subscribe, tell your friends about it. More listeners the better. So we will talk to you guys next week. I think it turned out pretty well for lucky number 13.
Yeah, it's not bad. The sound kind of screwed up a bit. But...
Yeah, I mean, if Jeremy had a computer, I think it would have been pretty good. It was not bad for an iPad, but I mean, we'll work on it.
All
It's
right.
a work in progress as it continues to be, and it will continue to be. All right, guys. Talk to you next week.
Bye.
Bye.